Are you finding yourself sometimes not sure like how much you can actually share and what is the right way to expose your brand without make it look like you are overselling? If you answered yes, so this episode is for you. So hi everyone, my name is Dana Ohana and welcome to Big Brander Podcast, the place for you to learn more about brand building, social media, and other marketing topics, and of course on our journey as entrepreneur and how we can use it to build our own brand. So I got asked about like how much is actually right to expose our brand and what is the right way to do it without making it look like we're overselling. And I think the best tip for me to share around this is that, if I'll look and I compare it to a traditional marketing, people used to come and knock on people's door and try to sell them like vacuum cleaner and makeup and other things. And that was a very direct sell and that what we call hard sell. But today it doesn't work like this. In the last 10 years or more, it really shifted. It shifted towards like having marketing that it's more about creating an emotional connection, building connections with our audience, building a community to our audience, and through that to build relationship with them. And once we build that relationship, it means that we're gaining their trust. And by gaining the trust, it means they will become loyal to our brand and our best brand ambassadors. And that's the best way to build a brand. And I'll give it an example from if I'll compare organic marketing versus paid marketing. Organic marketing is all about building relationship. Let your audience get to know you, building a community for them. Use that community to position yourself as an expert in what you do to become their go-to person versus paid marketing, which is something that as you use as a tool to support your organic marketing. But you cannot really start a business straight with with let's say like a paid marketing because people don't know you. So if I see your ad, like why should I buy your product and service? I don't know you. I don't trust you. Now you want me to spend money on your stuff, right? But if you already worked on building that community from the organic marketing side and you gain their trust and then they will see an ad of yours, then it will be easier for them to come say, okay, it makes sense. I trust that person. That's the proposition they're coming with. It's interesting. Yes or not. Okay. It's the same as that when you're trying to sell an online course or some big package, it's expensive package, and then you host a webinar. You use the webinar as a tool for yourself, right? To let them get to know who you are and what you do. You give them some actionable tips. You share with them some added values that they can use, but you don't, of course, give them everything. You just give them a bit of a taste. And through that, when you come to the offer, they already know you. So it's easier to trust. So when you're thinking about like how it's actually, what is the right way for you to expose your brand so it won't be looking like very overselling and like a hard sell, don't focus on the selling. Focus on being you. Focus on being authentic. Focus on being consistent with everything you do. Focus on creating content that have added value for your audience, okay? Connect with them. Build a relationship with them. Let them understand why you do what you do, okay? If you share those stuff and you're speaking about the problem that they experience, the type of a challenge and struggle that they're going through, which you've got the solution for, and you speak about that without speaking about the solution first, then they can understand, okay, this person actually understands what I'm going through. I can resonate with them, with that person, with that brand, and I'm sure that that brand can really help me to sort it out. But they won't come to you directly, right? Because, for example, if you look at LinkedIn, I think it's the easiest way to share it, to explain it. On LinkedIn, you have people that come and try to create a connection with you. And once you approve it, you automatically get like a message that they're trying to sell you something. How many of you are actually reading those things? You're not. Most of us don't. We just like skip, like see, okay, this is something like about they're trying to sell and we skip it. I don't know you. Why should I actually get this thing from you? But if I saw you on a different platform like social media, on your newsletter, I've seen you in some networking events, and I already understand, okay, I like that person vibe. I've listened to this person. He really knows what he's speaking about. They really understand why, like, what's the problem that I experience. And again, you want to focus on the problem and not on the solution, right? If you do that, then when they're ready, they will come to you and buy from you. So you don't want to over push it. Okay. So even if I look about the how much you should expose, you don't want to expose too much, but you still want to maintain a strong online presence. You don't want to necessarily post every day and all day and a few times a day. It's too much. We actually expose to so much content. Okay. So from that side, you overwhelming them. And I know because I learned it the hard way. I'm a person that I really love to share, and I've got so much to share. So even in my webinars, I kind of overwhelmed them because there was so much valuable things for them to remember. Um, and I was thinking, like, how does people don't want it? But apparently, it's too much. So you don't want to catch yourself to the person, the place that it's too much for them, and then they need to take a step back, like, just to absorb it all and figure it out. You want to give them a bit of a taste. So when you ask yourself how much you actually should expose it, I always compare it like when you go, for example, to a restaurant. You want to give them the bread basket. You want to maybe give them one of the starters. You don't want to give them like 10 starters and the main meal and the dessert. Because if they'll take it all, it means there is no reason for them to get your product or service, right? So you want to give them a bit of a taste so they can understand the vibe of your place, the flavor that you have, like what type of things you do, right? That's what you want, because we're trying to give them a sneak peek and make them understand that we know what we're talking about and we can be the person that can help them with this. But no rush. I'm here. When you're ready, I'm here. When you've got a question, I'm here. Because if also you open and build that relationship with them, you're making it easier for them to trust you and come to ask questions. If they're not sure, come for advice. So maybe not from the beginning they're going to get your product, but again, building a brand, it's not like a once-off project. It's an ongoing thing. It takes time to build a brand. So even Rome wasn't built in a day, and so is your brand. So it's something you keep on working on. And you don't want to get people to come and work with you when they're not ready, right? Or get your product when they're not ready. Even like, let's say, you'll sell products that related to fitness or diet, but if they're not ready to do the full thing, they buy a product, they're not really going to use it, so they won't come back to buy more out of it. But if I come when I'm ready to you, because you gave me that option and not stressing me to come now, then I'll come when I'm ready, and then I'll get more and buy more. So again, if you look at this, like how much and how to expose your brand in order for it not to be like an oversell, like a hard sell, really focus on building the relationship, putting yourself out there. Share with them examples that leads to why we experience this, like how we can overcome it. But again, you want to give them a bit of a taste. Share examples. I love to share, for example, from my side, like I know my people are struggling with social media from different reasons. So I share about my struggles as well, and now I overcome them. And by doing this, I'm showing, okay, so this person come from marketing, but she still has some struggles, but hey, she's overcome it, and this is how she's done it. Okay, maybe we should give it a try. And then you share some added value with it, and they come and listen and listen and listen. And of course, you're always going to have the two type of people, the ones that just like the freebies and come for every little thing you give for free. But there will also going to be the other people that will come to your freebies, but also at the right time will get from you your product and service. So you don't want to over push because people don't like it. Okay. It's not like in the past in the traditional marketing, as I mentioned in the beginning, that you knock on someone's door and then you show me the benefit of the product and like I either buy it or not. It's not. You want to focus on building that emotional connection. So you don't want to overwhelm them. So you need to do it drop by drops, but again, maintain your online presence. Don't disappear for days. Don't disappear for weeks, but be there. So for example, when people ask me how many times a week to post, usually my recommendation is between 3 to 4, unless you're managing like a community on Facebook and other places, and then you want to get them active, right? So really think about like this. How am I building a community around your brand? And building a community, it doesn't mean that you need to have thousands of people. Even 100 people, 50 people, it is a community. And you prefer to have 100 people that love what you do and really see you as the expert versus have 10,000 people that kind of like it, they don't really care too much about what you do, and they're never going to reach out to you. Okay, so that's the difference. Focus on the quality of the people and not on the quantity. So if you ask yourself again how much to expose, don't overexpose, don't overwhelm them, but put yourself out there, share, and really focus on the building relationship, on creating content that focus on the problem and not on the solution, on creating content that it's more about helping you to position yourself as an expert, as the go-to person in what you do, and not try to just push and say, I'm selling this product, this is what I've got to offer. And again, it doesn't matter what your brand is all about. Even if you sell jewelries, give me some tips about like, how can I know which jewelry is right for me or not? Like, give me some information about the stone, about the material, something about it. Make it something fun, make it something interactive. Okay, so this is just an example. And then, of course, that in between you can have some direct sell. But my recommendation is to have those direct sales only after you've built a mini community for your brand. And again, as I said, it can be even 50 people. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So focus on that. So I really hope it was valuable for you and you got some tips from this. I always would love to hear from you guys. What are your takeaways from this? And as I said, focus on building relationship. That's what's really going to help you. Don't focus on having a direct sell. People don't buy like this anymore. I want to have a type of emotional connection to you, to your brand. I want to work with someone or buy with someone that I can see that that person is trusted and that they know what they're talking about, and they don't gonna over push me to like buy this and this and this. They really understand me and we resonate with each other. And I'm liking that person. We're building something together. And that's what you want, because as I said, brand building, it's all about building connections that leads you to build relationships, that leads you to build trust. And through that, they're going to be loyal to your brand and your best brand ambassadors. And that's how you grow. Because again, if you gain their trust, they will bring more clients to you. And it's easier to trust someone else to come to get your product and service versus not just like seeing an ad that's saying like, buy this now. So any question, anything, reach out to me, search for Big Consulting on the different social media platform, and looking forward to hear how it works for you.